Workrit, a skylift operator, needs you to recover a cargo load abandoned by a terrified wagon driver and deliver it to its intended recipient. Glad I am to see you, lass. A wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity was spraying out from a million corn seedling in his cargo. Seems the gutless bastard tossed it over the side before turning tail and running for his life. Need you to head down the road, recover that seedling, and deliver it to Leolf over at Swift Perch in western Lenosha. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside that plant, and you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an aetheryte in Swift Perch, so the journey should be worth your while. Well, okay. Monsters inside of a seedling? See what kind of monsters they are. Yeah. These guys are gonna attack. See how many are on me when I get over here. Just this one. Well, here's that seedling. Slugs in the seedling, I guess. They are pretty big slugs. Guess I'd be kind of freaked out. Alright. Now we're gonna go to Swift Perch, so... Go ahead and take the road over here. Head on over to western Lenosha. New map. New map with a new aetheryte. New places to go. Let's see what we got here. Oh. There's some of the crystals I was talking about. Ether crystals just coming out of this big building. I actually don't have any idea what that is. So this is the lighthouse. I don't remember what this is. May not be something we can access anymore. Let's see, here's Leolf. Here's your million corn that had a bunch of giant slugs in it. Has Nymea herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of million corn, I at least expected the seedling to be delivered before disaster struck. Well, here you go. Is that my million corn seedling? Oh, joyous day! It may seem a paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing short of astonishing. As you have undoubtedly noticed, Swift Perch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, madam, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? I mean, I guess. Is that supposed to be blood red? That's orange. Yeah, that's orange. It says blood red dye, but that's orange. Okay, Final Fantasy 14. That's why no one uses that. Alright. Freyloaf. Oh. Before I forget. Freyloaf, a yellow jacket on guard duty in Swift Perch, wants you to visit the Brewer's Beacon and investigate the reason behind the waning light. You there, adventurer. Cast your eyes towards the Brewer's Beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship sailing in the bay. I would march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty bound to remain at my post. I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to the Brewer's Beacon and see if aught has befallen Cansworth, the lighthouse keeper. Okay. So that lighthouse I talked about earlier. That's where we'll be heading next. Right over there. Alright, I'm gonna run right through these guys. I was about to say none of them even noticed me, but one did. Sometimes you can get through, and even if you initially get aggro, you'll get out of their range. So I just keep running until I get to where I'm going. Say, Yellow Jacket sent you here? Eh? My light's growing dim, has it? Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb what fuels me furnace has up and buggered off, you see. If you don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just the messenger, lass, but I can tell a venture when I see one. I'm going to need you to chase down that bomb and bring back a claw what you ripped from its smolderin' corpse. Take this here iron brazier and set her down in the middle of the flock. Somewhere near the scarecrow, I'd say. You get a nice fire going, and that frisky bomb will soon be about. Watch you don't singe your eyebrows, lass. So if you couldn't tell, from the way she was talking, bomb is a monster. That was incredibly confusing to me the first time that I played this. Let's see. Here. That's where she wants us to set up our brazier. And there's the bomb. Got a claw. I don't know why she wanted me to kill it and bring a claw instead of bringing it back. But we just do what she says. Gonna follow me? Yep. All you need to do is take down that runaway bomb and bring me one of its little claws. I got the ashy bastard, did ya? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. Had myself a bit of a look while he was gone, and Limlane cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder the bloody bomb was able to escape. Patched things up as best I could, but I ain't no Smitty. Might want to have a chat with that yellow jacket friend of yours in Swift Perch. Have him pass on the word back to someone in Limsa. Well, that seems like a problem for somebody to solve. Alright, Freyloaf, here's the word. Furnace is damaged, is it? Very well, I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must needs be effected without delay. Seems I have another task of you, adventurer. Take yourself straight away to the Armorers Guild in Limsa Laminsa and explain the situation to Forge Master Hananza. Okay. First... Oh, don't want to teleport. Okay. First, we're actually going to visit the Marauders Guild and finish that quest. Once again, your capacity for carnage has been tested and proven. The creatures you defeated, however, were merely some of the many base scavengers that subsist on the scraps left in the wake of Kujata's rampages. To face Kujata himself, you yet require far more training, but do not despair, Raspberry. As Axe Master and fellow Marauder, this I swear. I will not rest until I have taught you how to wring every last ounce of power from your weapon, until the blade of your axe can slice cleanly through the thickest hide, the most knotted muscle, the densest bone. This menace will fall by your hand. I don't really get why we're so, caught up in wanting to kill this thing, but I guess okay. You may find yourself drawn to explore the possibilities offered by other disciplines and guilds. These distractions are inevitable and, perhaps, necessary. But I urge you to soon return to the path of the Marauder. I do not wish your edge to dull just as you begin to show such potential. Fare you well, Raspberry. Okay, so basically now, I already have that. Guess I'll put on this ugly ass hat. But, so now, I can join other guilds if I want to. I don't think I will, right now at least. But once you get to level 10, yeah, I'm taking that off. Once you get to level 10, you can join other guilds, which includes fighting guilds, so I could go join the Arcanist Guild here if I wanted to, or the Rogue Guild. And you can also join the Crafting and Gathering Guilds. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my Marauder gear set up. There we go. Yeah. Now we've gotten pretty far. So, let's go ahead and go visit Hananza. Now there's nowhere that'll take you quickly to her guild, unfortunately. We're gonna have to go to the Aft Castle and walk. furnace at the brewer's beacon needs repairs? Virago's beards. I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week past. Maybe the bomb Kanswis had trapped in there was a touch too volatile? I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. Your work is done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journeys. Let's see. On to the Drydocks. Forge Master Hananza, head of Naldid and Vimelis, wants you to assist with the workload over at the Moraby Drydocks. What say you to taking on some work from Naldid and Vimelis? We've a great hulking warship to build and could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this missive over to Otbrim, the head shipwright at the Moraby Drydocks. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorers Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Lower Lenosha. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Naldid and Vimelis. The Moraby Drydocks is one of Limsa Lumensa's most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not regret attuning yourself to the area's etherite. If you've no confidence in your sense of direction, you'd be best served making use of the chocobo porters, first floor of the mizzen mast, in case you were wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. You know, she says that about the chocobos. I don't think that you can take the chocobo there if you haven't already been there. Oh, I went the wrong way here. There we go. See some weird shit in Limsa. Okay. Lower Lenosha. Got some Aurelia jellyfish here. More little ladybugs. Just looking at monsters. Not a whole lot else to look at, because it's dark and kind of cloudy. Ocean's Embrace. Take another sprint. Got some jackals, lightning sprite. Just gonna ignore the ones following me and keep on running. Actually, if they come over here, these guys are supposed to fight them, I think. Yep. There he goes. Almost there now. layout of this place is a little bit confusing. You don't actually end up having to be here very often, but when you are, it's easy to get lost. Alright, let's see if we can figure out where we're supposed to go from here. Is it up here? Actually, it's over here, isn't it? Here we go. You have a missive for me from Forge Master Hananza. I assume it pertains to the pending arrival of the materials I ordered over a moon past. Let's see it then. Blast and botheration. Another delay? I am well aware of the shortage of stuff. My apologies, the messenger does not deserve to bear the brunt of my frustration. Might I have your name? Raspberry, is it? Well, Raspberry, this proud maiden you see taking shape before you is the Victory, the new vessel to grace the dock, the first new vessel to grace the docks since the calamity. We may have lost the bulk of our ships that fateful day, but starting with this beauty, we will restore the Maelstrom's fleet to its former glory. The Victory is more than a simple warship. It is the symbol of Limsa Lumensa's rebirth from the wreckage wrought by the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. Thus we are striving to complete her construction as swiftly as possible, even going so far as to hire veteran shipwrights from outside the thalassocracy. Yet even with such unprecedented measures, there are never enough hands to handle the abundance of tasks. Should you choose to linger at the docks for a time, there is no end of odd jobs for a hard-working adventurer. Be you fair warned, there is no place here for layabouts and troublemakers. Got some leather boots. Leather boots and a level up. Opbrim is looking for a member of his crew and the items he was supposed to deliver. Where in the seven hells is that man? Not once in 12 moons has he been late with a shipment, and now 2 whole turns of the sun without a single word. A shipwright of mine, a young man named Firalsmid, recently left Candlekeep Quay to retrieve several crates of supplies ordered from Limsa Lumensa, but has yet to return. I've sent several missives to Haldbroda, but his replies are always the same. He does not recall ever seeing the right, nor the supplies he was scheduled to collect. That man knows something, and I severely doubt he is telling the whole truth. I cannot leave my post. I would ask you to travel to Candlekeep Quay in my stead and inform Haldbroda that if he insists on playing these games, I will personally see that he is transferred to Turtleback Island, where he can rot alone in the middle of the sea for eternity. I don't remember if we go to Turtleback Island. I don't remember the islands around here very well. But now we have to get out. Let's see. How do I want to get... Okay. I want to go through here. These crabs are actually kind of cute. Just grabbing some grass. They got big eyelashes. They're just little guys. Alright, Haldbroda. Eh? Does that self-righteous dog Atburm doubt that I've never told him anything less than the truth? He does doubt. Seems surprised by that. Turtleback Island? He cannot do that. Can he? Swear on my poor Nana's grave, Navigator, rest her soul. I know not of this Furselmid, nor his precious supplies. Hells, we here in the quay have had enough trouble these past few suns. What with the sinking of that lamented cargo ship off the Salt Strand, I haven't the time to take a proper piss, let alone make note of every scrag that wanders in off the grip. Haldbroda has a suggestion for the kind adventurer who came bearing Foreman Otburm's message. Now, the way I see it, if you have time to be standing here questioning my character, then you most certainly have the time to get that Arseers down to the Salt Strand and help us search for survivors of the wreck. Who knows, you may just run across this Furlsmid. I can't say his name same way twice. Everyone seems so eager to find. Here's to hoping the Navigator hasn't found him first. Alright. Well, guess we'll have to see if we can find him. Got more crabs. Ooh. This looks cool. So the concept that this is like solidified salt? That's interesting. Anyway, well, here's our man. I'm Furlsmid. You say the foreman's wondering on me whereabouts? I thought he might be. But you must know I cannot show me face at the Drydocks until I've righted the terrible wrong I caused. 2 nights past, I made the trip from the Drydocks to Candlekeep Quay, just as the foreman asked. The seas were right rough, and the captain of the cargo ship was wary of bringing her too close to the cliffs, so I paid a few coins to a fisher to take me out to meet her. By the time we was halfway twixt ship and shore, the swells had risen to nigh on 10 yalms, and wasn't long before the waves had a hold of us. Try as we might to steady the boat, nature's grip was too tight, and we was flung headlong into the Lamentin galley. When I awoke, both ships were gone, and the cargo I was to collect lay strewn across the salt strand. I made every effort to salvage it, but the sands are crawling with Kikarin, and I ain't one with a sword. And now you see why I cannot return to the Drydocks. Well, I don't have a sword, but I have an axe. Let's see if that'll get it. Kinda hate killing these guys because they're cute. They're just little rat guys. Make little weird squeaky noises. Oh. Another one. Alright. Let's see. Got some more out here. Oh. It's another hunt mark. Weird to see a bat out here. Usually hunt marks are by things that look like them, but smaller. Alright. Should be able to just run away from that one. Get back to Feral's mid. That night, I was tossed into the sea like some doll of rags, and it weren't long before the world around me faded to black as I slipped deeper into the abyss. But lo, the navigator went and see me to the gates of the seven hells, and I awoke to find myself washed ashore, and here I've been ever since, waiting for a chance to salvage me master's cargo. For real? Dude, just go home. Anyway, I got the stuff for you. The missing parts! I don't know how I can repay you. I'll deliver the supplies right away. First I must stop by the quay, so that I might pay me respects to the widow of the brave fisher who gave his life for a handful of coin. Well, that sucks for him. Could you tell Aunt Berm that I'll be back at the Drydocks by nightfall? Many thanks, adventurer. I will not forget this kindness. So, with that, we found out why that cargo ship sank. We're gonna teleport. I am relieved to hear that both Feral's mid and the supplies are unharmed, though it was foolish of him to believe that I would blame him for that which was obviously out of his hands. You see, there was no storm that day, and the seas here adjacent the dry docks were as calm as a slumbering child. This leaves me to believe that the trouble the ships encountered off Candlekeep Quay was of a less natural sort, the sort which the Sahagin have been known to conjure. Oh, got another class quest. Victory Foreman Otberm is considering recommending you for an important job involving dry dock security. Raspberry, while I originally had doubts about your motives, you have repeatedly proven yourself an asset to Naldik and Vimelis. Still, I do not like you, but that does not mean I do not trust you. I didn't even realize that you didn't like me, but okay, whatever. Gimthoda, head of the watch here at the dry docks, believes that pirates may be plotting an attack on the Victory, and she requires assistance investigating a group of unsavory individuals making camp nearby. I have recommended you for the task. Despite all Limsa Lamensas endured before, during, and following the calamity, the fact that there are still those who would turn their backs on the city-state so that they might line their pockets with a few handfuls of coin, just the thought of it sickens me. Ah, yes, I had a feeling you would be the one Aunt Berm sent. Since you first arrived at the Moraby Drydocks, I've had my men watch you. Oh, there's no need to get angry. I make it a point to keep an eye on all those new to the area. It is simply protocol. And you'll be pleased to know that nothing incriminating was found. You appear to be a model citizen. That, and the foreman seems to think somewhat highly of you, which I must admit is quite shocking. Man doesn't even trust his own mother. Very well then. I assume Aunt Berm informed you of what your task would entail. The pirates we believe are conspiring to raid the dry docks were last seen making camp near an ancient stone called the Mark of the Spinner. I would have you approach the men posing as a lost adventurer and see if you cannot somehow learn of their intentions. Kanongo, stationed at the rear gates, can provide you with an exact location of the camp. Gonna go spy on some pirates. Raspberry! Haha, I knew it. No more sardines for Kanongo. Tonight I shall dine on the finest salmon on the peninsula. Why? Well, I had a little wager going with some of the other guards on who Aunt Berm would recommend for the next job. My money was on you. Well, I'm glad you had such confidence in me. Ah, the job. Yes, of course. If you follow the road past the gates to the southeast, you will eventually come to a barren cape with a single large stone half buried in the cliff overlooking the sea. Followers of the 12 say it's a holy place dedicated to Naimea, the spinner. I'd be surprised if the pirates camped up there were aware of that, though. Let's see. Coming over here. Well, look at here. Pirates. I'm taller than him. I'm giving you the count of 9 to step back on that path and carry your adventure and arse back down to whatever rock it is you crawled out from under. You see, I've had it up to me ears with your type, roaming the hills like they was yours to roam. It's getting to be that a man can enjoy a mug of rum without some shite-breathing outlander running up and asking which is the way to the local leave me. 7 hells if I know, I'm a bloody pirate, goddammit. Thal's balls. Once we have my boy back, I'm putting this godforsaken pisshole off of an island so far behind me, ain't no one'll remember I was ever here. Come on, Scrags, we's knives to sharpen. Well, okay. Didn't take much to piss him off. Take our report back to Gimthoda over here. So the trespassers are indeed pirates, and they are indeed planning something. But what is this talk of getting me boy back? Could it be that their target never was the victory? Something's not right, and I won't sit by idly waiting for those pirates to make the first move. I shall order increased patrols immediately. Thank you again for your help, Raspberry. It appears we were wise to put our trust in you. New axe. Let's see how this one looks. Pretty cool. Gimthoda, captain of the watch at the Moraby Drydocks, wishes your aid in dealing with potential intruders. I am concerned, Raspberry. It appears that the pirates I had you investigate are on the move. They creep ever closer to the Drydocks, so I must assume they mean to target the Victory herself. That ship is the symbol of everything Limsa Lominsa strives to become, and I will not allow these base scoundrels to lay a single finger upon her hull. We must apprehend them before they put their plans into motion, and you, Raspberry, are just the woman to do it. Without your capable assistance, I fear the security of the Drydocks cannot be guaranteed. You're like 5 minutes ago talking about how I couldn't be trusted, but okay. Not moments ago, my guards submitted reports of suspicious activity in the area. Pray begin your efforts by listening to one of their accounts firsthand. It matters not whom you choose to speak with, but be sure to question either Urzwurst in the front gate or Kanongo in the rear. Any suspect saboteurs you encounter during the course of your investigation are to be interrogated. Report any and all findings directly to me. Well, let's go and talk to Kanongo again. Since she's the closest by, I think. She's fun. Hail, adventurer. Glad to have another hand aboard to help shore up security. Gods know our reports would sit on Gimthoda's desk gathering dust if it weren't for the assistance of those such as yourself. Speaking of reports, though, I saw one of those mangy pirates lurking around the cliff near Empty Heart. I'd take a closer look before he has a chance to cover his tracks. Alright. Seems like it's right up here. Ignore the wild jackals. Shifty-eyed sailor. Boss spotted me, did ya? Well, you're too late. What's to happen is already happening. Okay. Can I jump? Nah. We've got another duty. Let's go. So you found me one of those pirates, did you? I knew you were the right adventurer to ask for aid. But what could these knaves be planning? What's to happen is already happening? Captain, trouble at the shipyard. Easy now, soldier. Who did this to you? Pirates, out of nowhere. Stuck me good. Gods below, we are not prepared for this. The pirate soldier, how many do they number? Not sure. More than I could quickly count. Seem to be carrying explosives. Explosives? Then there's no time to lose. Raspberry, you heard the situation. Make your way to the shipyard and engage these intruders. I will see to this man's wounds, then follow after. Make haste now. Gotta hurry. These guys will, with arrows, come right up to me. Seems like not the best tactic, but you know. Gah ha ha. Never reckoned it'd be this easy. Still don't trust those slimy bastards, but their plan worked like a charm. Da, what are you doing, you great bloody fool? Shut your trap, boy. This'll all be over soon. All that's left now is to blow this ugly pile of driftwood into splinters. Why would you do such a thing? Have you any idea how important this ship is? What it represents? Aye, and that's what makes it all the sweeter. Whatever it takes to knock some sense into me treacherous backstabbing son. Imagine a boy of mine giving up the pirate life to become a shipwright, and building a bleeding maelstrom vessel at that. What under limb lands wide, a green ocean made you take up with these self-righteous shites? You're the one with no bloody sense, Da. Don't you see? The pirates had their glory days, but that era is over. Ah, I wondered why Aunt Burm never spoke of his father. I never would have thought. That ship's a symbol, all right, and everything that went wrong with the world. And I mean to shatter it into 100,000 pieces. I don't know how you can tell just looking at him that that's his dad. Gimthoda, Raspberry. Beat the tar out of this bloated sea slug, and make sure no harm comes to the Victory. So, when you're fighting big groups like this, always look for the Conjurer first. Frankly, go ahead and kill any mages, because they can do typically more damage. But the Conjurers will heal. Got a crazy glint in his eye. Oh, he's gonna use overpower. Oh, but I killed him first. Please, you cannot let him win. Oh jeez, why are they level 22? Well, whatever. We won. Must be getting old, letting some green adventure get the best of me. Da. That's one big bloody ship. Big and nasty looking. You made that, did ya? My thanks, Raspberry. I shudder to think what would have become of the Victory without your intervention. The pirates have made a right mess of things. I'd best get to sorting out the docks. And my thoughts could use some sorting out as well. Ever did my father have a way of turning my life upside down? Pray convey my thanks and my apologies to Gimthoda. How fair you, Raspberry. I cannot begin to thank you for the role you played in preventing this madness. You defended more than a simple ship. You saved the budding hope of Limsa Lominsa from a violent demise. The day was yours. Seems our security regimen will require much in the way of improvement if we are to truly keep the Drydocks safe. Otburn apologizes? Well, I suppose I can understand why he would feel responsible for his father's actions. Of all those involved, this incident was hardest on him. But in time, I believe he will come to a single conclusion. The most fitting way of moving past his anguish is to see the victory completed and in the water. By the by, the pirates we defeated have been handed over to the Yellow Jackets. Raynor's men will be taking over the investigation. Before the Yellow Jackets moved in, however, we recovered a most unusual object. Should you have time to spare, I would ask of you another favor. It's always another favor with these people. Anyway, I think that's enough for tonight, so we'll go ahead and call it good. Thanks again for sitting with me for more story through A Realm Reborn and Final Fantasy XIV. Next time we'll continue on the story with Gimthoda and see what it is she wants us to do now. Thanks again, and hope you have a good rest of your day.